Welcome to Healing Prayers and Bible Miracles. Today you'll hear of one of the Bible's most soul-stirring and profound stories. A journey of sorrow turned to hope, of despair transformed into divine revelation. Let's begin. After the crucifixion of Jesus, two disciples, Cleopas and his companion, walked the long, dusty road to Emmaus. Their hearts were heavy with grief, their minds haunted by the events that unfolded just days before. They had believed Jesus was the one, the Messiah who would redeem Israel. They remembered his miracles, his compassion, his promise of salvation. But now, he was gone. He was crucified, humiliated, and broken on a cross by the very people he came to save. As they walked, a man approached. Just a traveler, it seemed. He asked them gently, "What are you discussing along your way?" Cleopas looked at him, puzzled. "Are you the only one in Jerusalem who hasn't heard what happened?" With aching hearts, they poured out the entire story. They spoke how Jesus had been sentenced, crucified, and buried, and how their hope had died with him. The stranger listened and then spoke, but not with ordinary words. He spoke with power, wisdom, and a calm authority that made their hearts stir. Beginning with Moses and the prophets, he revealed how everything that had happened was all a part of God's divine plan. As they walked, their sorrow began to shift. His words were like light cutting through darkness. Their hearts burned within them. As they reached Emmaus, the stranger said, "I'll be on my way now." But they couldn't let him leave. "Stay with us," they pleaded. It's nightfall. They walked to their house. So he joined them at the table. He took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and in that sacred moment, their eyes were opened. It was him, Jesus. But before they could speak, he vanished. They were overwhelmed with joy. They couldn't contain the miracle they had just experienced. Though the hour was late and the journey long, they walked the 7 miles back to Jerusalem. And when they arrived, the others greeted them with astonishment. "It's true! The Lord has risen and appeared to Simon." And just as they began sharing their story, Jesus appeared again. "Peace be with you," he said. But they were afraid, thinking they'd seen a spirit. So he showed them his hands and feet. He invited them to touch him, and even ate a piece of fish, proof of his resurrection in the flesh. Then he opened their minds to understand what had been written all along. The Messiah must suffer, die, and rise again on the third day. And through him, repentance and forgiveness will be preached to all nations. This story reminds us that God often walks beside us in ways we don't recognize. That Jesus may appear in the ordinary moments, in the strangers we pass, in the conversations we don't expect, even in our grief, our confusion, and in our darkest hours. Hope walks with us. May we open our hearts, just as Cleopas and his companion did, to recognize the divine, even in the breaking of bread. If this video touched your heart, please consider subscribing. I'd love to hear your prayer requests.